Well, my crazy ass is back, and I just wanted to show off a, I'm gonna just call it a doll because there's really not that much articulation to this. But this is the Mego 12-inch Wonder Woman doll that they produced in the 70s based on the hit TV show Wonder Woman by Lynda Carter. And for many years when I was little, I always wanted to have this doll. But you know how back in the day, boys weren't allowed to get them. So I got this doll, oh God, I'm gonna say 16 years ago, when I was still living in New York. I did not get it brand new in box or anything like that. A guy was, or the person that I bought it from was selling it. Um, it was used. The thing was, the hair was in great condition, like almost brand new. What was missing from the doll figure were the bracelets, the lasso, and the tiara. The seller made his own bracelets and the tiara out of paper mache. Did I say that right? Shiny. And I bought it for like 70 bucks. And I was like, yeah, I'll get it. And I guess I'll try to get the tiara and the bracelets and the lasso at another time, which I did. Even though it didn't look bad the way he sold it, I just wanted the original tiara, the bracelets. The lasso, I'm not sure if it's original, but um, I got it in the set when I decided to purchase the accessories to her. And I did get the Diana Prince outfit minus the glasses that she came with. To get this doll brand new through eBay, you're not gonna, spend less than $300 on Mego. They were a very popular toy company back in the day. They did the 8-inch DC superheroes and Marvel. They had the license to do both. Comic book uh, superhero characters like Spider Man, the Hulk, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. They even did Shazam and Isis. So they were able to do the 12-inch figures, the 8-inch. I did collect some of the Mego 8-inch back in the day, but once you put them in water, the limbs broke off because I think it was put together using rubber band, so you can like move the leg back and forth. But I'm gonna show off this. I gotta tell you, for a 1977 doll, I redid the hair because when I got the doll, I had like that Marlo Thomas flip, and you guys don't even know who Marlo Thomas is. Shoot. Her father does the St. Jude's. I think he's the one that created St. Jude's Hospital, and she was on a TV show, That Girl, from the 60s, and her father was a comedian slash actor. He also did Make Room for Daddy. I'm talking about shows you guys don't probably even haven't heard of. But anyway, the hair came in its original flip, sort of like the Super Friends Wonder Woman. And I'm like, if it's Lynda Carter, she shouldn't have that kind of Marlo Thomas Super Friends hairdo. So I restyled it. And the likeness, though, to Lynda Carter is amazing. Yeah, the Mego, though, they were famous for their Mego melts. I'm not sure if you heard of that term. Yeah, I bought the figure with the splotch. That's why the guy only sold it to me for 70. The Mego melt, as it was coined, was that the rubber, because it's more like more rubbery than plastic. After years, it would have like this little melt, which she's starting to get. So I try not to move her, the limbs too much. I just have her on the stand, which belonged to Zod, by the way. And I was trying to wash the underpants part, and it got stuck to the plastic. Now, this is a figure from the 70s, and we're already in 2025. So I'm not going to complain too much. Sorry, I don't touch her because they would melt. Yeah, I'm not going to move her around. I'm going to cry if it breaks. Because this was my holy grail 15 years ago for me to get this doll that I've been wanting for so long. Since I was a kid, actually. Yeah, the tiara, the lasso, and the bracelets, I had to buy separate from a seller for $25. So 70, $25 for the accessories. Months later, I wound up spending close to 100 on a used figure and not brand new. So it goes to show you, if you decided to get her brand new, you're gonna spend a lot of money on the doll. I love this. I'm glad that I got her, but just pleasantly surprised I got her likeness right. You know what was sad? What Mego did to Lynda Carter? They were giving her royalties for the selling of a doll. I remember she discussed this one time somewhere where back then they weren't savvy. A lot of the actors or actresses, when they were making collectibles based on their likeness on a TV show or a movie, was that they didn't have she didn't have a lawyer to actually look the contract over. They were giving her money for her likeness, but what she didn't realize, the likeness was the picture of her, Lynda Carter, as Wonder Woman on the box, not the doll itself. So when they removed her likeness, her photo from the box, is when they stopped paying her royalties. And I'm like, what a shitty thing for Mego to do. So that's why I wasn't really that. I'm like, oh, no wonder they went belly up. You don't, God, that saying, God doesn't like ugly? You don't do that to somebody. They were making you money. Don't be greedy. But companies are like that. They're greedy. Yeah, so I was bothered that when she told that story. I'm like, what? That is so messed up. How do you do that? But that's companies for you. But anyway, my people, I hope you guys are safe and sound, having a good day. Wait a minute. I'm a dingy before I go. This was a doll that my friend Monica got me years ago for my birthday. I didn't know that Mattel was making the DC superhero dolls. And she surprised me with it. Still have it to this day. Don't have the box that it came in, but you could tell it's still in pristine condition. I don't mess with them. Not too much articulation on these dolls. They started doing that much later. I think they started about 10 years ago doing the made-to-move Barbie, where they were super articulated, which I have the BVS dolls from Barbie that I bought. Well, some of them were gifts, and one that I bought, which I'm going to show you. They're really, really articulated. But she surprised me. She knows I'm a big freaking nerd and big fan of Wonder Woman. And she surprised me with it. Can she sit on her own? No, she can't. Maybe she can. Nope, she can't. Maybe she can't. No, she can't. Anyway, but yes, this. Oh man, I'm not sure what they were doing. You really can't move it. There's like a wire inside the arm of this, so I'd never really mess with it, as you can tell. What I might do one day is get a made to move Barbie doll, try to match it with the color, and just take the head off and put it on there so she could be like really articulated, and just put the costume on. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. So thank you, Monica. I love you. She surprised me with this. Content. Still pristine, even though I don't have the box. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now. So thank you, whoever's watching this video. And just let me ramble on like an idiot for a bit. I appreciate it. And Eric, my brother from another mother, I hope you and the family are doing well. And I'm looking forward to more of your collection, which I'm jealous of. Have a great collection. Anyway, peoples, peace.